for years and years on national TV, called him out for his me-first diva behavior and his playoff failures for the last, I don't know, dozen or so years. A lot of people, even Green Bay fans, have come around to seeing what I saw early on. But this latest quote from Rodgers just took the cake for me, the burn cake, because this one I found really offensive. This Sunday in Green Bay, Jordan Love's Packers play the arch-rival Bears, win, and the Packers are, of course, in the playoffs. So this is what Aaron Rodgers had to say on the McAfee show.
It's the Super Bowl for the Bears just about every year because they haven't in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
That's that long. So this is their Super Bowl. We've won, what have we won? Matt's never lost at home, I don't think. It's like 9 in a row. Is it a rivalry anymore?
Oh, jeez.
If they can't beat us, is it a rivalry?
Okay, first of all, Aaron, you're no longer a we. This is Jordan Love's team. You no longer play for the Packers, nor were you ever as loved in the locker room as Jordan already is loved in that locker room. And number two, you're certainly a shrewd enough operator to know if you pour enough gasoline on the arch rival's fire, you'll increase the chances the Bears will get mad enough to pull off an upset at Lambeau. Is it possible that was your goal with this quote? Sure smells like it to me. Do you want to make it as hard as possible on Jordan because deep down, you really don't want him to succeed where you so miserably failed last year when you lost to Detroit at Lambeau on the final regular season Sunday night with a chance to make the playoffs? Yep, I believe that was your hidden agenda here, which will make me root all the harder for Jordan and the Packers this Sunday. Keyshawn, it sounds like you disagree because you're making a lot of noise over there.
I'm listening
How
to
do
you
you
condemn this man.
How do you interpret what Aaron Rodgers said about the Bears?
Well, what he said is true. How can it be a rivalry if we just, every time we roll up, we smacking you?
We is no longer we.
I'm going to always
It's they.
I am going to always be a we. You are always going to be a we at Vandy or Oklahoma.
No, but
no
I
matter
didn't
what.
go anywhere else.
Doesn't matter, though.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I'm going to always be a we when it comes to teams that I play for when you're having a conversation with them or about them. I understand what Aaron Rodgers is saying. They own Green Bay. You remember he did the whole little belt thingy and letting them know that I own Chicago?
Yeah.
And that's all he's saying. I don't think you and I'm laughing because you're like dissecting it, breaking it all the way down to the point where he's saying this on that show so that it can get in the heads of the Chicago Bears to go and try to annihilate Jordan Love, to embarrass Jordan Love.
You're just trying to shame them.
So Aaron Rodgers looks like the hero or something.
Okay.
That's so far. Man, that's so far-fetched, Skip.
No,
Come on now.
It's
I understand Aaron Rodgers has got some things that he needs to work out with a lot of different people in terms of his personality and the way he approaches things. I don't think that this has anything to do with trying to fire up the Chicago people to go into Lambeau and win the damn game. That's a reach, Skip.
You don't think he'd love it if
Well, I want to reach with him. I want to reach with him. I just want to put my hand in to reach it because I just said, my note says, and I thought about the song.
Come on, man.
The song that says, pour some honey on me. Pour some honey on me, right? And what he said is, pour some honey on Jordan Love so them Bears can get him. That's what he,
that's funny. That's a good one. I love that analogy.
Why do you want Jordan Love to fail?
Let me tell you. No, let me tell you. I'm not saying not ultimately fail, but when I broke my neck in Philadelphia, and the Cowboys went on a little bit of a bumpy road. I was hurting because my boys were losing, but I felt like, hey, you know, I want to be missed. I want to be missed. Everybody wants affirmation and coverage. Everybody wants to be missed. Let's stop playing. This don't mean you're a bad person because you want to be missed. See, you're bringing yesterday's things and all the other stuff we heard on the field. I'm just talking about everybody wants to be missed.
Michael, I understand
everybody.
That.
Nothing wrong with that. Everybody always say, I want my team to win. Just I want them to miss me. If somehow you can do them both, I want you to do that. But I want to be missed. Right now, Aaron Rodgers, you don't think they want... He's saying, he's saying I'm with y'all. But he wants to be missed. And it'll be nice. It'll be nice. It'll be nice if right here, because at the same exact spot right here, Aaron Rodgers didn't get you over that hump.
No.
And it'd be nice if the honey he poured on Jordan Love can't get you over this hump. Then everybody's happy. Then Aaron Rodgers gonna root for the
Jordan Love is essentially a rookie.
Right. I know. And if he picks up where Aaron Rodgers left off, but this time get you in the playoff where Aaron Rodgers did not. Aaron Rodgers, you think he's so happy for it? He just want to be missed. He wanted to be missed. That's all I'm saying. So I believe he did say this to rile up the Bears.
He can still be missed, Skip and Michael, in pool for Jordan Love to have success and the Packers to have success. He can still do that.
Yeah, but not miss the same way. They're going to say, look how much better we are that Aaron Rodgers gone. And first year, Jordan Love started, we in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers couldn't even get us in the playoffs the last year. Key, these are human things. I look at things from that champion's perspective. But the reality is all champions are human. And all humans have these things on them.
I look at certain teams that I played on and say, well, they still trying to replace me. I get all of that.
Right.
There's no question about it. But I'm not going to sit there and say, well, I hope that they just fall by the wayside and somebody going to get it.
Fall by the wayside. I'm just pouring a little honey on Love. You know what I mean? I'm just telling the Bears, go eat. That's all. Go eat. That's it.
Go eat.
Go eat.
Crazy. Skip just saying.
I thought that was
Skip
shrewd,
sitting here saying that this dude set up and orchestrated this whole
That was the first thing I thought about. I swear to you, that's the first thing I thought about.
Master media manipulator.
Why is it that every time Hall of Fame, legendary type players are still playing who deals with the media a certain way always got to be considered shrewd? LeBron James, he's a shrewd operator. He's this way. Now all of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers is that way. Don't Aaron Rodgers, he's just doing this for attention. Why is that, Skip? Can you tell me that as a writer?
Keyshawn.
Why do y'all feel that way?
Aaron has shown himself again and again to be a bad guy, just to be a diva, a finger-pointing, blame-deflecting diva. It's happened again and again and again. And in his last few playoff appearances for this team, he stunk. And he stunk in what was a playoff for the playoff games last year
that's all
at
I'm
home.
talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. And all of a sudden,
that's what I'm talking about.
He lives on social media. He has seen all the stat comparisons of him and Jordan in your first year of starting. Jordan's numbers are right there with Aaron's in the first year of starting.
I don't know why you don't think Aaron would look at this. All players do.
I'm not saying that he's not looking at it and he doesn't recognize it. I don't think that the man is sitting down every day worrying about what Jordan Love is doing in Green Bay. He had 20 years in Green Bay.
Keyshawn,
he won in Green Bay. They got 4 MVPs in Green Bay.
Nobody is missing Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay right now.
I don't think that they are. The team has moved on. It's a totally different team than it was a year ago.
And by the way, Jordan Love for the last 5 games is 16 touchdowns to 1 interception. He's been on an incredible run.
He's playing very well.
Yes.
He's playing very well. When I see someone say that a dude is sitting up here orchestrating this type of message to the Chicago Bears, it's just crazy to me.
Brett Favre was pretty good at this stuff, too.
See, there we go again.
Brett Favre was pretty good at it, too.
But you gotta...
And Aaron, he lived through Brett Favre throwing little zingers when he left.
Yep.
So now Aaron just...
If you told me...
I'm just saying.
If you told me... If Aaron Rodgers said...
All I'm telling you is you're human. I want to be missed. You want to be missed. This is not something that's saying you're not a tough big man. Everybody wants to be missed. There's nothing wrong with that. We all look for affirmation and confirmation. That's the bottom line.
Nobody said, Skip and Michael, that Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to be missed. No one said that. But Skip is saying that Aaron Rodgers set up for a couple of days and orchestrated this along with them.
What he's doing.
And he knows exactly what he's doing so that he can fire up the Chicago people to go beat the Packers.
Keyshawn, have you been watching the Bears lately? Have you watched the Bears the last 4 weeks?
Bears should be dangerous now.
Oh, wait a second.
But that's not the conversation. The conversation is, if you'd have said to me, Skip, are the Bears dangerous going into Green Bay? I say absolutely. That's why I always said, that's why I always said from day one, Justin Fields ain't going nowhere.
Okay, you just being dangerous as a division opponent going into Green Bay, but you can't see nothing when it comes to Washington. I mean, you talk about his.
Washington.
You are blind too, Key. You killing me with that. You come back to these other teams. You just said
bringing up Washington. Washington is a team that's going nowhere.
And Chicago going where?
Chicago showing you something. Washington ain't showing you nothing right now. What are you talking about? They just switched the quarterback again. They fired the defensive coordinator. The head coach is on the hot seat.
And all those problems went on in Chicago.
About?
But you
okay to satisfy you, to make you happy, Michael. To make you happy and Skip happy, it's going to be a tough game. Washington is going to come to play, and the Cowboys are going to win the game. Will that make you happy?
No, I
wasn't even talking about the Cowboys. I'm talking about Chicago.
Right. I'm talking about perspective. You see how that poor team can be a challenge for this team because it's division.
No, that's not what I said. I said because the quarterback,
like Cleveland and Baltimore.
The quarterback is playing ridiculous football. Not necessarily quarterback football, but playing like a football player using his legs and at times his arm with DJ Moore. I ain't said nothing about no division. You want it to be about a division because you want to talk about them damn Cowboys in their Washington game.
No, I'm making sure that you hold true to your pattern of thought, not just
all
changing.
Divisional games are tough, period.
Okay,
we know that is the case.
Make sure you hold true to your pattern of thought because it changes when
it does not change. You want it to change.
Okay, so Keyshawn.
Yes, sir.
This is literally poking the bear, as in the Chicago Bears, who have suddenly found themselves. And think about this. If Aaron Rodgers were still the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, do you think he'd be laughing at the Bears right now saying, we beat them, 9 in a row? This isn't a rivalry. There's no way he'd be saying that right now because he wouldn't poke the bear.
He sat up and told the people in Chicago,
that was
on your ass.
During the game.
He said it before as well. Of course he would.
He wouldn't say we beat him.
No, I promise you he would.
He wouldn't say this is no rivalry.
I bet you he would. I bet you he would.
Because he would know.
And even if he didn't, he ain't playing there. So it does not matter what he says because he's not playing for him. He's not there playing for them. He's part of the legacy of the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, He's not actually on the field for them this year.
So you think he's helping?
But Skip is saying if he was still playing for the Packers, he wouldn't say this.
But
he
Michael,
wouldn't put them down like this.
He just put them down when he said, "I own you. I own them," and they had to play him again. What are you talking about?
Right, but he said that in the heat of the game, and we caught that in the end zone. I own you, and now he has to answer to it. It's different in a sit-down moment when you're talking to media, when you're more calculating and not emotionally riled up and in that state. Then he would not have sat down.
He said, "I own you," because people was chirping at him. As well as players and fans were chirping at him. So he decided to let you know, I own your ass.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And they had to play him again. Even if he said nothing to players and he only said it to the fans, and you saw it on TV and you a player and you saw that, what would you say? Oh, he thinks he owns us. He thinks he owns us. So that's the same message. What are you talking about?
You don't carry motivation. You don't carry motivation from an off season to another game. We try to reroute it up. If you said something on a Wednesday and I'm playing you on a Sunday, that's not carrying. I can carry motivation from Wednesday to Sunday. Motivation is the outside forces that move you. Inspiration is the inside force that moves you. You ain't gonna carry something outside for 8 months. It's a difference.
He's on national TV